We are tracking breaking news. This morning, a suspect is in custody after a shooting in Soap Lake, Washington. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham. Well, here's a timeline of what happened overnight and into this morning. Around 1:30 this morning, Soap Lake police got a call about a man who was shot on the 500 block of East Main Avenue. Soap Lake Police Chief Ryan Cox says when police arrived, they found a 34-year-old man who was shot. He was airlifted to a Central Washington hospital. Police have not released the victim's condition. Chief Cox says witnesses gave police a description of the shooting suspect and where he lived. A K-9 unit was then able to track the suspect. After getting consent from the building owner, they did arrest that suspect. He is now booked into the Grant County Jail. Police Chief Ryan Cox says more information will be released later today. We'll keep you updated here on Up with KREM. And this morning, a man has life-threatening injuries after a shooting in downtown Spokane. It happened Sunday morning on South Cedar Street and West 1st Avenue. At the time, Spokane police were doing a joint investigation with the Drug Enforcement Agency. During the investigation, they came across a man in his car. Police then surrounded the car to keep the person from driving away. Police say the man got out of the car with a handgun. They say the man then fired shots at the officers. Police shot back at the suspect, hitting him in the chest. He was brought to a hospital. Police have not released his condition. An officer was also grazed by the shooter during that shooting, and the officer has since been released. Police say there were other people in the car with the shooter. There are no other details on the relation to the man in the vehicle.
There were fireworks at first, but I went to check out in the window. I looked and saw at least one officer, I think, had his weapon drawn turning the corner. Then I heard shouting.
Right now, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office is investigating the shooting. They investigate all Spokane police officer-involved shootings.
And weather-wise at 6 a.m., our temperatures are okay through this October morning. Some 40s and 30s across the inland northwest, and even just a slight breeze out there. So it might feel a little bit cool if you're just about to head outside. Still an hour away to sunrise. We're at 49 here in Spokane, but it is 32 in Deer Park, 34 in Sandpoint, and 30 the cool spot in St. Mary's. So our normal cold spots are, of course, running quite a bit colder, but 40s and even a couple areas still in the 50s. Pullman and Grand Coulee still in the low 50s as of early this morning, but like it was from this weekend, like it was every day last week, another warm day is in store for us. High temperatures topping out around 75, pushing record highs for today's date. But it's not going to last forever. And now the fall weather is finally set to arrive for this upcoming weekend. I'll detail just when that cold front hits our area and how much colder things will be over the course of this upcoming weekend compared to, again, today's record highs. Your forecast is in a couple minutes.
This morning, we are helping you get around the traffic in Spokane. Today, the Riverside construction project is moving into the next section. It's the start of the final phase of the major project in downtown Spokane. This phase of the construction will impact Riverside Avenue between Wall and Stevens Street. Wall and Howard Street will not be closed at the same time. Drivers and pedestrians should follow detour signs to get around the traffic. It is just about 6:05. Let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. Police arrested a second suspect on Saturday for an armed burglary that put Moses Lake schools on lockdown on Thursday. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says deputies tracked Carlos Silva to a Moses Lake home. When he saw deputies show up, they say he ran out the back door. That's where he met a K-9 unit and then quickly surrendered. Silva is now in the Grant County Jail. Crews rescued a hiker in Washington after getting trapped underneath a massive boulder. Last week, a hiker from Montana visited the Lake Vivian area. Then the boulder he was standing on started to slide. He eventually ended up trapped underneath what he described as a boulder the size of a refrigerator. After a failed first try, crews were able to hoist the hiker from out under the boulder. He does have serious leg injuries, but is expected to be okay. Police arrested a suspect in a deadly Spokane Valley stabbing. Spokane Valley police released this photo. They think this is the suspect, 20-year-old Aaron McAteer. Over the weekend, McAteer's attorney contacted detectives, which led to his arrest. McAteer has been charged with second-degree murder. He also had an unrelated warrant out for his arrest before the stabbing. Well, take a look at this. This is the smoke over Seattle yesterday. The air quality was in the unhealthy range for most of the day. The smoke is from the Bolt Creek fire that's burning in western Washington. Seattle opened a smoke shelter to help people get indoors and avoid breathing the unhealthy smoke. And that's a look at your morning rush. While many family holiday traditions include decorating homes or lawns for Halloween or Christmas, scammers make it a part of their routine to trick people into making misleading purchases. The Better Business Bureau of Washington has some tips on how to spot those too good to be true deals this season.
Consumers are reporting to the BBB instances where they thought they ordered a giant 7-foot pumpkin head and skeleton, but after almost a month, what they actually received was 2 rubber 7-inch dolls that sort of looked like what was advertised. And we've seen this happen many times and often ends up with that company not responding to the customer inquiry about that misleading online listing. Do your research before you buy. Before you make that purchase on an unfamiliar website, check out that company. Make sure they have working contact information on the website. That should include things like a telephone number, email address, and preferably a physical address as well. You can look on other websites for reviews of that company and reports of scams. You want to be wary of these deals that seem too good to be true. So keep in mind, right, these large decorations for holidays that involve special lights and technology, they're going to be a bit more expensive. So if you find something amazing for cheap, it could be a scam. And you don't want to make these quick purchases on social media. These scam advertisers can track your buying habits from social media and then target you with specific products that they think you'll fall for. So don't buy anything on impulse while scrolling through your feed just because it passed that social media platform's advertising team and is being advertised. That doesn't mean that it's a legitimate deal.